Hytopia or New Hyrule just not fitting for you? Is the fate of Termina too harsh for your mind to comprehend? Is Lavarina or Holodrome not what you want as your home? Well, consider moving to Hyrule, the land of power, wisdom, and courage. Hyrule has a place for everyone, whether that be a frigid cold mountain range to the grassy prairies of Hyrule Field. Today, I will guide you to help you find the perfect home for you in the sacred land of Hyrule. Some important things to know about Hyrule are most citizens wake up at 5 o'clock a.m. every single day and get to bed at 9 o'clock p.m. every single day too. On average, that is 8 hours of sleep a night. Not too shabby. Also, Hyrule is known for horrible monsters. It is recommended that you know basic self-defense to fight off any evil creatures. And last, to make your way across the kingdom more easy, I personally recommend you get yourself a horse to tame and befriend. It makes things way more efficient when traveling to different parts of the kingdom. Also, you got a new friend with you. As you make your way across the Great Sea, you think of a place to dock your ship. Well, don't worry, because as you make your way across the Nucleata Sea and past Eventide Island, you will come across a small fishing village in the Fairland. I would like to welcome you to the relaxing Lurelin village. As you dock your ship in the harbor of the town, you are greeted with humidity and warm temperatures, usually up to 90 degrees. Lurelin has everything you need for fun in the sun, packed in every corner. Some activities to do here is participate in boating challenges, relax by taking a salt spa, or cooking a delicious seafood meal for loved ones. You can also become very rich here in Lurelin, because the harbor of Lurelin village is famously known for heaps of treasure chests with valuable gifts inside them. But maybe your luck with finding buried treasure isn't good. Well, there's a more risky option, being gambling. You can gamble your heart out. You could make a single rupee up to hundreds of them. But if you're not looking for a healthy gambling addiction or spend hours digging up metal chests, then here are some possible jobs for you. First off, Lurelin is mostly known for being a fishing village. You can get a job here as a local fisherman. You will need a basic understanding of throwing a spear and patience, because you will not always catch a fish. Some fish and animals you could catch here are mighty and armored porgy, alongside ironshell and razor-clawed crabs. These sea creatures will also be able to supply for your village, and trade with neighboring stables or villages. If you're looking for a place of relaxation, kind people, and a fun fishing experience, I would recommend moving to the village of Lurelin. If you choose to move on to the upward trail after docking your ship into the Faron Forest, you will come across a stable. Now, there are 17 of them scattered across the land of Hyrule. All 17 being New Serene, Riverside, Wetland, Snowfield, Tapantha Bridge, Woodland, Foothill, South Akala, East Akala, Doodling Peaks, Lakeside, Highland, Gerudo Canyon. This stable is now out of business. Rito Stable, also this one's out of business, and now the Lucky Clover Gazette. And finally, the Outskirts Stable. The one that you are at is the Faron Stable. Stables really aren't much. They're just a small community of close friends and family. Jobs here consist of horse grooming and boarding. If you love horses and want to work with them every day, then I recommend moving to one of the many stables across the kingdom. The small amount of people living here will also guarantee you will make very close friends for you. Also, you will grow great relationships with travelers and their trusty steeds. If you choose to make your way past the Great Plateau and across the Dig Dog Suspension Bridge, you will make your way to Gerudo Town. Now here's very important side note. You have to be female to enter Gerudo Town. If not, you will be thrown in prison. You have to be well prepared to enter Gerudo, unless there's a huge chance of dying. It's either by extreme cold or hot. Halfway through your trek to the town, you will come across Kara Bazaar. This is a little oasis. There's a general store, armor shop. Hopefully you could pick up some heat-resistant clothes here, and another general store. And yet, once again, another general store. It's dry and quite miserable here. I strongly do not recommend to live here, unlike the settlement a couple kilometers away. To all the women watching this guide, here is the nicest place to stay. Gerudo Town is the birthplace of Ganondorf, so beware of any possible threats. Gerudo Town has many, many shops. I will list them now. 2 sand seal rental shops, a place where you could rent out a sand seal across the desert of Gerudo. 5 whole general stores. I guess the people of Gerudo really like general stores. There's an inn to take a rest at, a jewelry shop, and finally a canteen, where you could drink the world-famous Noble Pursuit. Gerudo townspeople are strict and well-disciplined, so don't get on their nerves. Gerudo Town is not the most ideal place to live due to its past conflicts with Ganondorf and the segregation of your gender, or the burning hot and freezing cold temperatures. But if it's your last resort, then you could stay here. But overall, I do not recommend even stepping foot in the Gerudo region. It's simply too risky for a traveler that just settled here. If you keep on following the path northwest, you will stumble upon the Tabantha region. Very carefully cross the Tabantha Great Bridge, keep on following the Given Trail until you reach the beautiful fort of Rito Village. Make your way across the 4 bridges until you reach the entrance of Rito Village. There, you are greeted by a Rito man. The goddess Hylia grants you good luck on your quest in finding a good home. Rito Village is a stronghold of only the best archers Hyrule is yet to see. But do not worry, as Hylians are welcome here. As you make your way up the humongous rock pillar, you will come across 3 shops, being an inn, journal store, and an armor shop. They are all settled in a birdcage-like house, bolted to the bottoms of large rocks of the village. I often hear a lot of people being scared of the wood structure hanging off the cliffs in the village. But do not worry. The Ritos aren't just master archers, they're absolute geniuses. The way the village is crafted is perfectly safe and secure. But if you're scared of heights, I would not recommend moving here because of the massive drop-offs and planks with no guardrails. But if you're careful and able to control yourself, these won't be much of an issue. But a problem you cannot control is that in Rito Village is often a colder climate because it is at the top of the Hebra Mountains. The cold is not bad. You will not need a pair of specially crafted by the Rito themselves snow quill armor. But if you're just visiting, the comfort of this item is definitely worth the 2,150 rupees. Quite expensive, but when I was there, I get to compare for myself. Best souvenir I purchased on my many expeditions across Hyrule. But the painted wood of this place is just beautiful, and honestly, awe-inspiring. Also, the architecture of the clay pots here is also incredible. So intricate and detailed. Unfortunately, we have a little freak running around named Link who smashes them all. But before entering the town, please equip and put any aside flammable items, because the whole town is made out of wood, being extremely flammable, and Rito feathers are also flammable. That's why they have rings around their pots. Rito Village is so complex and beautiful. I could talk about this place for hours, but I have other locations to review today, so I gotta move on, but I highly recommend giving Rito Village a shot. As we curve around the Drennan Highlands and up the Elden Mountains, this welcoming people of the Goron meet us to Goron Village. Now, I need you to listen to me because this is very important. You will need at least 2 pieces of Flamebreaker armor to enter, unless you will burn to death on the mountain. If I didn't tell this, your family would sue me, and I do not want that. So for your personal protection, do not enter without gear on that will resist the heat. You got that? Okay. The people of the Goron are very kind and lovable. I couldn't say so much on their home though. The insane heat plus the sharp rocks just isn't for me. They are master engineers though. When you look up and see the mighty Daruk, champion of fire, and the owner of the divine beast Varuda, and smaller Gorons alongside him, as you can see, the Gorons like to pay respects to their legendary heroes. Goron culture is known for their mining industry. Every corner of Goron City has a Goron selling a different type of gem to you. They are such good miners, they could easily find diamond. Therefore, Goron City isn't fitting for Hylians, due to the pure strength you have to be employed. Most Hylians come here to only buy gems. Also, Goron people forge weapons with enormous hammers. Absolutely not suitable for a Hylian or any other race besides Goron. The only benefit for Hyruleans here is the general store, inn, and armor shop. Those aren't enough to convince me to tell you to move here. Please do not move to Goron City. This is no suitable climate for anyone besides Gorons. Going northeast around Death Mountain will lead us to the beautiful, and I mean beautiful, region of Akkala. Here in the Orange land of Akkala is a town that has only been built in the last couple of years. It's Tarrytown. This place is calming and peaceful, and honestly kind of symbolic for two reasons. First off, it's at the base of the Akkala Citadel, which is a place of much grief, because it is located at Hyrule's last and final chance against Calamity Ganon. But as we all know, they were not successful. In Hyrule, it wasn't a time of much grief. Tarrytown and the Citadel can be seen from the same angle, and it shows the sadness and the ruins of the Citadel, but it's also washed away by the colorful and happy town. And second, it was made after the destruction of the Great Calamity, which killed off thousands of Hylians, destroyed dozens of towns, and it was a time of pain and tears. Here, we started to rebuild Hyrule. It meant that we were ready to move on and be okay with the past. Which brings me to my next point, that Hudson, who was the founder of this town alongside Link, has started a company which is currently out in Hyrule rebuilding the kingdom. It will take a very long time, but the Hyruleans are very happy and proud of his works. Tarrytown itself is comfortable and will accept any outsiders. Here there is an inn, general store, break-apart shop, which is used to take fused items apart from each other, and a monster gallery, which has many shocking monster statues created by Hudson and Kilton, and they're very accurate. You could almost not tell the real and the replica apart. There is a contraption on the rail that will bring you down to the construction site, which is a great job option for anyone who wants to express their creativity by creating a weird thing. There's a huge test track for you to use, so be welcome to use it. Tarrytown is for anybody. It is the land of possibilities. There's a few better options for home in Hyrule. I highly recommend moving here. A few miles west of Tarrytown, you'll find the beautiful gates leading you to the luxurious and gorgeous Zora's Domain. Here lives the people of Zora. The Zora are masters at architecture. The whole domain is made of luminous stone, and the carving and engravings that the Zora people have done here is nothing but unbelievable. The first time I walked into the domain, it was absolutely breathtaking. Knowing the size of luminous stone, now a portion of this size cost around 30 to 40 rupees, the Zora domain would have cost thousands, if not millions of rupees to create. Now that's dedication. Zora people are interesting people because how they take on life. They are a species that used to live behind a waterfall. Now waterfalls surround the structure. It's incredible how fast they evolve. Also, like I said earlier, their art is awesome. Look just at these two statues of Sidon and Mipha. Everything that they create has a design, poured carefully into it. If you're looking for a life of art making, I recommend finding a home here. The only problem is that they don't really have an inn for travelers to sleep in. The Zoras sleep in a pool of water. Hylians can't do that. Also, the general store is pretty small, has food mostly suitable for Zoras. Is it consumable? Yes, but there should be more options for Hylians. So if you can find another way around that, then yes. If you're looking to fulfill your artistic dreams, move to Zora's Domain. In the middle of Hyrule, you will find Lookout Landing, which is a military fort and training camp. This place is used for important research, training, etc. I'm guessing you're coming here because you were deployed by another Hylian country to help stop the upheaval. Well, in that case, I will tell you some useful things about Lookout Landing that will help you in the war against the Demon King. First off, every race in Hyrule lives here. That means Goron, Zora, Gerudo, Rito, and Hylians. There's also a small stable here, a general store, and an armor shop. There are soldiers, scientists, and volunteers stationed here. Also, periodically, Haz, Torin, and Flaxel will stop by with their squad. These squads go out and fight monsters, so feel free to join them. It's much appreciated. And if you're lucky, Link will join you to fight with your fellow comrades. There are free beds in the basement that are open anytime. There's also a cooking station, lab, and a goddess statue to pray to. Lookout Landing has every legion prepared for battle, and individuals on site. Lookout Landing is a sign that people of Hyrule never give up. So for whatever reason you're coming here, it is safe and secure, and they will welcome you. Making yourself go southwest will lead you to the ancient and sacred town of Kakariko. Kakariko has a plethora of shops or buildings for your personal needs. An armor shop, an inn, which if you don't have any rupees, you could stay there for free. 2 general stores, and the base of the Zonai survey team. Kakariko is tucked away in the pillars of Levia. Kakariko has a very rich history, and that's what makes it very fascinating. Stories about a masked vigilante named Sheik and an ancient hero came here to fight off a horrible beast in the graveyard. But that was so long ago, we don't know if that's just folklore or fact. But Kakariko is such a nice getaway, it's directly in the valley of nature. Animals, plants, berries strive here due to the climate. And the people of Kakariko respect that and keep their environment clean and healthy. The people of Kakariko breed lots and lots of cuckoos, which they can trade to other nearby villages or stables, like Hateno or the Dueling Peak stable. If you're ever looking for a place of nature, plants, or animals, go here, because it is just that. Everything a nature lover wants lives here. Now before I move on to the last location, I have this kind of location. There are rumors of a forest that a species called Koroks live in, with a larger than life tree in it. It's located in the Great Hyrule Forest, also known as the Lost Woods. There are a legend of people being lost in them, nothing good happened to them. It is rumored to be the resting place of the Master Sword that the hero Link wields, but we don't know for sure because we can't get a word out of Link. But just so you know, we did try asking him. Also, apparently to see Koroks or whatever, you have to be pure of heart. But maybe they don't even exist at all, and these are just some crazy theories. I guess we will never know. And finally, Hateno Village. I kept this one last for a reason. Hateno Village is a village that most people participate in either fashion trends or agriculture. Many people in Hateno wake up bright and early to start farming and granting the needs of plants. Hateno Village has the ability to farm crops such as apples, tomato, swift carrots, fortified pumpkin, sun pumpkin, Hylian rice, golden apple, and acorns and nuts. Also, some people work with animals and are able to get the products, cheese, milk, eggs, meat, and butter out of animals such as the Hateno cow, cuckoo, Highland sheep, and the white goat, and donkeys. They also have an abundance of Hylian retrievers, which are just the cutest things in all of Hyrule. I'm one myself. Hylian retrievers are used to keep the animals in the pen, so they don't escape. They are such good boys. They do it so well. Also, there are some hunters. Hateno people are best as farmers, but do they have the ability to hunt? There's a man that will actually pay you to hunt wild deer. Most of the food sold in other villages or stables in Hyrule come from Hateno. Without Hateno Village, the rest of Hyrule would have a hard time finding food for themselves. And the amount of farming jobs in Hateno makes it super easy to be employed and earn rupees. Also, fashion is super duper popular in Hateno. The whole town is drenched in mushroom patterns and designs. Do I like it? No, but that's one of the big attractions when coming to Hateno. Also, the homes in Hateno are just perfect. They're cozy and get the job done. The hero of Hyrule himself was born here, and still chooses to live here over any other village, which is saying something, because he saved the world after all. Also, Hateno has a lot of freshwater sources, which healthy water is great for everyone. Windmills are existent in Hateno because they could grind up grain. Hateno Village is a safe and happy community, so I highly recommend you move to Hateno Village. Well, did this video help you with your choice to move to Hyrule? Well, if it did, please subscribe. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and doing that would be greatly appreciated. Also, tell me in the comments which village you are moving into. I'm fascinated to hear your choice. Well, that's all for today, and until next time, goodbye.